most important things is distance management and controls. Once I'm in someone's guard, their grips versus my grips is often going to dictate the fight. So I want to do what we call distance management. The way I like to do it is, if I grab the belt can move up and down. If I grab the gi. So I always like to kind of get control of the gi pants. And the wider my hand, the more he can bring his knees through to butterfly guard and spider guard. The narrower my elbows, the harder it is. The narrower my elbows, the less postage I have, the more he can break me down, the wider I'm here. So I kind of do a combination of both. This is, I slide my elbows onto my hips and I sit. So if he tries to break me down, I've got to wedge up against my own body. It's quite hard for him to break me down. Secondly, is this. I now have an atomic wedgie if he does try to pull me forwards. But it doesn't move, yeah. So where the belt moves and this doesn't move. The hardest part is this, right? Is once I've got these gi controls, how do I open up the legs? For me, it's real simple. I put my palms down, my elbows down, and I drop my weight. My right knee slides out, my left knee comes in, and it's pretty much just going to open. Because I've got this wedge in here, it's harder for him to maintain the distance. And if he does not, I just start dropping my elbows down and sliding backwards. So what's going for me, don't flash it for me, is I go gi pants, my palms on the inside, elbows. Slide one leg, two, now watch this, I'm pushing backwards off my palms, I'm taking my butt, I'm going to slide this one a little bit, I'm taking my butt to my head. So hands go forward, butt goes backwards, drop down. And that's straight line. If they're really strong, and they've got like really strong legs, beautiful. This is, I go wider to the side, knee comes in, and this will change the dynamics a lot. Yeah, so my elbows are still on the inside, so if he does try to rescue the guard, I've got that ability to keep him pinned down. Let's have a quick shot at that, guys. 1, 2, 3. This old faithful, I've done this a few times. So Josh's got long legs. We hate it. Don't really. Just hate his long legs. Okay. So I think about this way. Once again, gi pants from here. Elbows on the inside. Make sure your elbows aren't on the outside. Elbows come in. My weight goes backwards, slide backwards, slide backwards. Okay. So with the long legs, what I see people do is they push from here, which gives them the distance, so there's a gap underneath here. What I'm doing is I'm dropping low, push. The lower I am, the better it is. If they've got super strong, long legs, I'm here, this guy's super strong, I go like this, watch carefully. I put all my weight onto my right leg, I switch, go to the opposite side. So I just switch my sides. So I'll take the legs to extension on one side. So from here, elbows in, back step. I'm like, man, this guy's, so you're not going to open your legs up, they're pretty strong. So what I do is I put all my weight onto my right leg, I switch to my left side, I switch, and I'm just kind of walking. And it takes a little bit of time just to get that balance work. So I'm here, and my weight's in my right leg, like, man, this guy's strong. I go this, I switch, change, switch, change. And then I've got the ability to pop my knee at any time as well because there's a gap there. So if I've got long legs, I kind of just, I keep that framing on the inside. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yep, and I either got to get the space to pop my knee through your legs or your legs are going to open. So look, think about this way is, like I mentioned, that control are what's really important as far as for both him and both me. Like, I've got a thing where, like, if I'm inside Colin's guard and I get my grips, if Colin's hand goes to my collar, I generally can't try and throw it backwards. So it stops that. Wherever I'm here, you can break me down as Colin goes. Like I try and throw my head up. So grip on the inside, elbows come on the inside, slide my right leg wide, come on the inside, okay, so push backwards, drop, push backwards, drop, push backwards, drop, and here we are. So this is how we're getting the 9 out of 10 times. Once I kind of start to open up, they're going to bring their legs on the inside and try to cover guard, and this is where I get the controls. So this is once again off the full side of guard pass, is because that's the issue, is 1, 2. Okay, bullfighter. Boom, and here we are. So it'll be his reaction, which is based on my passing, not the other way around. The pass that I use will dictate how he executes the guard and will allow me to get my grips. Josh. For guard. Big hand grip. Elbows on the inside. Slide 1. Quick break. Quick break. Quick break. Boom. From here. He's going to start to recover guards as he covers. Use these to come up. Push in to come up. Come back. Okay. 1 step, 2 step. Cross your foot over, slide, forward, try and control, step in the valley, to bit. My knee, that's to go to the back, otherwise you roll me that way, so I sit my legs, and goose good. How's that feel? So that's kind of how we're getting our grips through the trainer. So if you guys want to just try and put it all together, let's see how you go. 1, 2, 3. Let's get across the feet on the front. We're passing the guard and we'll get to the position that would kind of go to the full flight guard pass. There's 2 things. They either start to bring their knees into a trap so it's like a baby guard, so it's hard to defend. Or it's harder for them to go to the foot and bicep, but if anything, it'll be that one that's going to be the foot and bicep, because the bottom line I can kind of disengage. So a lot of the time now, I don't want to come out to my wrong way knee ride with that here because it's going to catapult strength. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to push the controlled hand down towards him. I'm going to step inside the barrel. So I'm going to put my controlled hand here, I'm going to step inside the barrel. So we're going here, so I go 1 step, 2 step, bullfighter, and it's here, right? So I'm going to go like this, watch carefully. It says, I put my hand to the ground and I push. So even if he keeps his foot inside the bicep, because the legs are extended, it doesn't have an anchor point to put it onto. So it's going to say, now my whole body turns, so I turn my whole body, or step in the belly. No matter what he does, I want to still drop the shoulder into the gut. Okay? So I've gone 1 step, 2 step, and it goes from here. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of this angle as I turn my body. Does that kind of make sense? So if he tries to stick it like this, is that turn. So then, same deal again, nice and easy. Eventually control, I like to lift up, and I have success to all my femoras and things like that, because he's got control of me. There's a wrist lock in there as well. Yeah. So here, as I go, 1, 2, sticks it. So what I'm doing is my whole body turns. Now, if he keeps control, I just come over and wrist lock it. Because he can't disengage. His hands caught. 1, 2, 3.